So, systems of equations can be used to solve a lot of different word problems, a lot of different application problems. Essentially, anytime you have two unknowns, a system of equations can be the best way to solve it. So here it says you inherited $5,000 with the stipulation that for the first year the money had to be invested in two funds paying 9% and 11% annual interest. How much did you invest at each rate if the total interest earned for the year was $487? So we have a lot of information. And normally the last sentence tells you what they're looking for. So how much did you have to invest at each rate? So I'm going to define my variables. I'm going to let x be the amount invested at 9%, and I'm going to let y be the amount invested at 11%. So I need to make two equations. Because I have two unknowns, the only way I'm going to be able to solve this is if I have two equations. So let's make a money equation, and let's make an interest equation. So my money equation, and let's actually use different colors. So my interest, let's make that green. So my money. Well, I know I have X amount invested at 9%, and I know I have Y amount invested at 11%. So I know I have some invested in X, some invested in Y. I don't know how much, but I know together they have to equal $5,000 because we're only given $5,000. So I don't know what X is, and I don't know what Y is, but whatever they are, if I add them together, I know it has to equal 5,000. For my interest, my amount that I'm putting in X is getting 9%, so I need to write that as a decimal, 0.09 times X, plus Y is being invested in the 11%, so that's 0.11Y, and my total interest is $487. So now I have my system of equations, and I can solve this. So let's isolate. I'm going to use the substitution method. You wouldn't have to. You could use the elimination method if you wanted to. You could solve this by graphing. So you get to pick your own method. So if I have y is equal to 5,000 minus x, I'm going to solve for y there. And then I'm going to plug that into here. Then this is going to be 0.09x plus 0.11, then a big open parenthesis, and I'm plugging in the other equation. So then I need to simplify. And then I want to combine like terms. And these are decimals, but you can work with decimals on the calculator. And then if I subtract 550 from both sides, let's see, I'm going to go all the way up here. Then then negative 0.02x is equal to negative 63. And then if you divide both sides by negative 0.02, you should get $3,150. And this is the amount that's invested at 9%. So make sure that you put the units on it. Make sure you label it. So I need to get my y value now, and I'm going to use this equation here to do that because y is already solved for. So y is equal to 5,000 minus x, but I know what x is. It's 3150. So y is equal to 1,850 at 11%. So always kind of check your work. You shouldn't usually get negative dollars. The two need to add up to be 5,000 because that's what this problem said. And it should work in both equations. So these will be our answers. Again, make sure to label your answers as well.